on your way and what's news around the world today.
Some wisdom skills along the way.
Oh, and a song to hum along with and sway.
Get your perfect entertaining start to the day.
At 9 a.m. every weekday morning with
Mahima's
Good Morning Bay.
गुड मॉर्निंग बे आप सभी लोग हमारी तरफ से एक प्यार भरा नमस्ते
Namaskar.
वरकम
Namaskara.
खुशामदीद
Assalamualaikum.
सत श्री अकाल
మీకు అందరికి వందనము.
जय स्वामीनारायण
जय श्री कृष्ण.
जय जनेंद्र
मैं इस्माइली भाई बंदों को बोल दे या अली मदद.
मलारी मदद बोलते हैं सारे फीजी मंदिर को बोलेंगे नीसा बोला बरजन एंड ऑफ कोर्स आपको बोलते हैं कि हम लोग ऑन एयर है बरजन ऑनलाइन भी है बरजन वी एक्चुअली लाइव ऑन आवर फेसबुक पेज facebook.com/radio-hotties and oh my god it actually is 385th day of our sheltering in place Barajan. Why am I keeping track of this? Because Sarah Cody has not said we're out of the sheltering in place Barajan. The moment they ask us to remove the masks,
Yeah.
trust me, I'm going to stop the counter automatically, Barajan. This is a promise I'm going to do for you guys that मैं count कर रहा हूँ कि कितने दिनों से हम लोग shelter in place कर रहे हैं. It actually is for the benefit and also to recognize all those people who genuinely are following the rules, Barajan. And
That's
thanks to them, the virus spread has been contained as of now. So now why I'm saying this because the fact that we have to recognize and we have to appreciate things in our life, and I appreciate the fact that people are doing it. And yes, there are some situations where as necessary stuff has to go on, like no radio for the matter. This is actually essential trade, and of course that's something that's why we are here every day, have been here every day of our COVID times, Barajan, maintaining physical distancing and of course maintaining the fact that we are responsible for other people's lives as well, Barajan. Hence, we were the people who also, had the opportunity to get the vaccination. We also got the vaccination part of it, and hoping many people out there who are still on the fence whether to decide which vaccination to take, decide Karlo. We're not going to influence your decision because many times vaccine politics also comes in with the fact that people have certain belief systems and we have to make sure we are mindful of those things, Barajan.
Yeah.
And that's what we try to do at least at Radio Hotties, being mindful of people's beliefs and respect those stuff for sure. But there is science and there is some evidence to say that vaccines are helping, and it's also evident in India as well. Now you might say, oh, India mein kaise utna zyada ho raha hai? India's population is 1.5 billion, close to 1.2 billion. Right? Obviously, you'll have more people getting the virus because many people are not following the rules which has been outlined by the health department of there in India as well, Barajan.
Right.
So now the thing is, over here, how is seen? What's happening? Are there enough vaccines? Are appointments going on track? Is that Ahwa which we heard about Gavin Newsom saying by June 15th we'll open up, or June we'll open up the whole of California? Well, that's Ahwa, not I don't know, but that is something which actually we share with you guys headlines as well, saying that if everything goes well, quotes, if everything goes well, he expects California to open up to a total non-restrictive situation. Like a yellow tier kind of a thing, but still they advise that people who get vaccinated also still maintain masks and everything, and physical distancing has been requested. And I'll tell you what Ahwa is, Fatwadi. Ahwa is people spreading the news that the corporates actually have asked the employees to work from home until next year.
Right.
That's Ahwa, as in a rumor. So don't just trust it. Wait until something official comes out. Yes, in America, at least in Silicon Valley, our corporates were very, very forward thinking, and they actually were planning well ahead of time, and they actually asked the employees to work from home way before the county put in the restrictions of sheltering in place, but if you remember right, it actually happened in February itself. So that's some trend you got to keep in mind. But all those things are just hearsay. But here's what we say. See what the Madhuri?
Yeah,
here's what we say. Stay tuned.
But the spelling is different, Alto Baba.
Exactly. Who cares about spelling, Father? But look at the way that's a pun, right?
Yeah. Oh my God.
I have to explain it to her. That's why she kills the whole thing. Hey, but just right now, let me tell you, we are going to jump into a quick look at what's happening on the roads. रास्ते का हाल आपको हम लोग देते हैं यहाँ पे absolutely सस्ते में.
It's time for the Bandu Traffic Update. Call us from wherever you are at 408-912-2479.
That's Barajan. Volume of traffic on the roads is not as the pre-COVID conditions as yet. Luckily, because many people actually working from home, but though some people are called in to work and everything, Barajan, the drive time buzz is still not hit us as yet after the COVID part of it. There's some advisory of some high winds on 80 eastbound and westbound. Watch out for that. Generally, when there's high winds, sometimes vehicles sway and it could be some incidents out there, so watch out for that. A disabled vehicle has been reported on 80 northbound, slowing down traffic near the Marina Boulevard, but actually it is actually going on. There's no congestion as such, but the traffic is slow go there. So watch out for that. Traffic hazards been spotted 92 west eastbound near the San Mateo area. The right lane is affected because of this near the bridge, so watch out for that. Apart from that, south we have a couple of incidents. In fact, not couple, a few of them actually going on right now in South Bay in towards South San Jose. A pothole has shown up on, should I say shown up, or has been what do you call that? Has created some ruckus on the roads. Watch out for that. It's a 101 southbound north of Tully Road. There's a pothole right there on 101. So please watch out. The CHP is on the scene trying to see if they can fix it. Because potholes are really bad. Sometimes potholes can also happen because of sinkholes. So that's what I'm worried about actually. Now, another incident of a fire, a vehicle which is on fire on 17, that is north of, not on northbound 17 actually, south of the East Hamilton Avenue in Campbell. The lane is blocked over there because of this. Watch out for that. There is also very close to that on East Hamilton Avenue in Campbell. There is a hazard which is blocking center lanes as well. But there's no congestion of traffic as such. But it's slow and go traffic. Seems to be like a slow day on that particular area. Otherwise, everywhere else it's pretty much smooth. The traffic is moving as usual. And 880 as usual has some pockets where there's a lot of traffic or there congestion happens. But again, it just eventually clears up. And thanks to all the road work happening, and which was happening even during the COVID situation, which actually made sure that our traffic is moving smooth and smooth and safe. We want to give thanks to those two people as well, because today is Thursday. I'm just giving thanks to everybody out there, right, Faltrani? Yeah. And of course, Banjan, right now we're gonna go into our Gane Ka Keeda, which I lined up for you guys. You will love this song, Banjan. I love it for sure. Amitabh Bhattacharya actually has done an excellent job in writing lyrics for this. It's a movie called One or Two Not Out. If you're not, it actually is starring Amitabh Bachchan, the late Rishi Kapoor Saab. We lost him yesterday over this year and the COVID situation part of it. But actually, it was not COVID situation which actually got him. He already was ailing with cancer. He actually was ailing with cancer actually. So. Well, of course, remembering him, keeping him in our fond memories, and may his soul rest in peace. And also, this is something which he's given us, but he's given us some wonderful movies and songs to live by, and that's why he lives on in our thoughts. So here, so this is a nice song called Budumba, and I'm dedicating the song to our dear Faltrani.
Hey! मेरे चेहरे पे 12 बजा है क्या?
Of course, yes, Faltrani.
कुछ भी.
Hey, by the way, did you know the reference of चेहरे पे 12 बजा? You know what it is actually?
Yeah, 12 बज गया.
What does it mean? Tell me.
Like it's like.
No.
Then?
But when you actually are tensed, right?
Yeah.
Have you done cartooning? Have you done cartoons? You put two lines on your forehead.
Huh.
Vertical lines on your forehead.
Okay.
Like this.
Oh.
That's a 12 bajana.
Oh, really?
Two lines coming together.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's what it is. So in your case, check out your video. You'll know why I said this thing. But this again is a message for Faltrani.
Rascal.
से गिरा दे फिकर का बोझा कमर हिला के हैप्पी हैप्पी हो जा कहना तू मान ले मेरा.
And one of the songs, the rare song sung by Amitabh Bachchan and Rishi Kapoor Saab both together, Balajan. And iska music jo hai Baltrani actually is a very new group. Rohan and Vinayak are the people who actually wrote the music for this.
Right.
And I really like the fact that the words are so nice.
Huh.
Talks about the fact that you got to live life, right?
Yeah.
Don't worry about anything else. Don't worry about what's going to happen. Like, nobody knows what's going to happen in the future, by the way.
Right.
And you might say, oh, I plan. Nothing goes according to plan. If people come and say, oh, I plan my life. No, I'm sorry. You think you plan, that's all. But it actually happens the way it's supposed to be planned. Is what I feel strongly. Let's go. I don't mind having a deep discussion on this, Faltrani, but again, no, I chose not to because right now brothers are waiting to hear more about the news. So, Faltrani,
Alrighty, Banajan, let's give you the headline. Actually, I'll give you the news in detail since we have very limited time from across the United States and also what's happening locally in the Bay Area. President Joe Biden and his Attorney General Merrick Garland announced limited measures to tackle gun violence in the United States today. The news just came in a few minutes ago in what the White House described as a first step to curb mass shootings, community bloodshed, and suicides. The new measures include plans for the Justice Department to crack down on self-assembled ghost guns. And
Wow.
Yeah.
Ghost guns.
It's called ghost guns, self-assembled, and making stabilizing braces, which effectively turn pistols into rifles, subject to registration under the National Firearms Act. Biden said he will also ask the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives to release an annual report on firearms trafficking in the United States and make it easier for states to adopt quote, red flag, unquote, laws that flag at-risk individuals who own guns.
You know what they should do at 12:30? I have a solution for this. This is my ABCD solution. Ask everybody, first of all, you pass a law saying that no more guns should be made. Manufacturing to stop immediately.
Of guns?
Guns. Manufacturing of
Then
guns should
smuggling of guns.
Wait. Stop immediately. And then what they should do is they should actually provide an incentive for people to return the guns. Give them some tax credits or give them some cash.
Why does this sound like I've seen it in some movie?
I don't know, Faltoni, but probably they're copied whatever I'm saying.
Oh,
right
like
now.
a gun buyback program.
Buyback program. People come back, return the gun, so no gun manufactured. But afterwards, gun is bought, right?
Yeah.
Melt it down to form the raw material for new guns to make. But that time you got to have a proper system of people getting the guns back, buying the guns. So
I don't know how many. Like, I really, even though I feel sometimes, we're not all safe, I really cannot bring myself to buy a gun.
I don't know what.
I don't know what people think, how it offers you protection to have a firearm that could potentially take the life of another person.
Yeah, when you talk about taking the life of some other person, you already are talking about unsafe environment because there you go. That means that I'm going to feel safe. No, you're not feeling safe because you're not expanding your perception of self out to other person.
Right.
Right? Why would you harm somebody else for your benefit is what I'm asking.
Correct.
But I'm digressing from the news. But Faltoni, please continue.
Okay, President Joe Biden is also seeking to ease a national affordable housing shortage by pushing local governments to allow apartment buildings in neighborhoods that are currently restricted to single-family homes. The $5 billion plan could inject White House into a debate pitting older homeowners against younger workers seeking to gain a foothold in the most expensive U.S. cities where many families spend a third or more of their income on housing. The proposal, which would provide financial incentives to local governments that change zoning laws restricting many neighborhoods to single-family homes, is an example of the sort of broad social policy changes that the Democrats are including in Biden's $2 trillion infrastructure bill. Critics of the zoning laws say that they will drive up housing costs, contribute to urban and suburban sprawl, and perpetuate racial segregation. But Dr. Richard Kallenberg, a housing expert, says that it's an enormous step forward, and he's part of the Century Foundation, a left-leaning think tank. Very few politicians have taken the next step to propose something really meaningful to change the system. The Derek Chauvin trial is on full blast. Manajan, a critical care doctor called as a prosecution witness in Derek Chauvin's murder trial, testified on Thursday that George Floyd actually died from a lack of oxygen caused by being handcuffed face down in the street with the former Minneapolis police officer's knee on his neck. So basically that prone restraint position. There is a huge movement now to actually do away with that prone restraint position because that actually caused the lack of oxygen and caused him to die, is what they're saying. Locally, California is expected to see a huge decline in cases in Johnson & Johnson vaccines, Bandhujan. There's been suddenly a shortage in supplies. So more on that we will share with you tomorrow right here on Good Morning Bay. Also, Santa Clara County residents are now being invited who are 16 and up to book vaccine appointments ahead of the expansion. Starting Thursday, Santa Clara County County residents 16 and older are going to be able to book the appointment for a shot starting on April 15th. But getting an appointment is hugely going to depend on vaccine supply and a whole bunch of other factors. So please don't be disappointed if you don't get an appointment, but keep trying again and again at different locations. With the violence against Asian Pacific Islander community seemingly on the rise, an array of groups are calling for a stop to the attacks. Now, many of them are also calling on those who are targeted to report their experiences. This is what so that people and start talking about their experiences, so people can actually become more aware, and the extent of anti-Asian violence can come out in front of the public. In world news, Banajan, 11 people have been killed as Myanmar protesters fight troops with handmade guns and firebombs, according to latest media reports. Anti-coup demonstrators in Myanmar fought back with handmade guns and firebombs against a crackdown by security forces in a town in the northwest, but at least 11 of those protesters were killed, according to domestic media. Israel is telling the International Criminal Court that they will not recognize the authority of the International Criminal Court, which is planning to investigate possible war crimes in Palestinian territories, the news website Ynet reported on Thursday. The Israeli website said Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu had decided not to cooperate with the inquiry after meeting with senior ministers and government officials ahead of the Friday deadline to respond to an ICC notification letter. One Israeli official confirmed to Reuters that the government would indeed respond to the court's letter, but Israel did not immediately expand on what the response would entail. U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen on Thursday warned the risk of a permanent divergence in the world economy in the wake of the COVID-19 crisis, and urged major economies to inject significant new fiscal support to secure a robust recovery. In a statement to the steering committee of the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank, Yellen underscored the need for major economies to continue supporting developing countries as they grapple with the COVID-19 pandemic, climate change, and high debt burdens. She urged World Bank to help countries, particularly the world's poorest, to get timely access to COVID-19 vaccines, and backed accelerated negotiation to replenish the World Bank's International Development Association Fund for poorer countries, a goal that the bank aims to reach by December. And in news from India, Banajan, Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Thursday said that India will have to keep the COVID-19 vaccinations only for certain age groups, despite calls from many states to extend the shots to younger people. India is currently only vaccinating people 45 years and older. Also, Prime Minister Narendra Modi created another thing, something called the Vaccination Festival. He says from 11th to the 14th, let us do a vaccination festival which will inoculate maximum number of people who are eligible to receive the vaccine. This is one way he's looking to tackle the sudden surge in cases as well, Banajan. And in terms of coronavirus updates, India recorded another peak in daily COVID-19 cases for the second consecutive day on Wednesday, even as active cases breached the 9 lakh mark just a day after crossing 8 lakhs on Tuesday. And in the continuing coverage of the Anil Deshmukh probe, Banajan, what the Supreme Court on Thursday did was to refuse to cancel the CBI probe ordered by the Bombay High Court into charges levelled by ex-Mumbai Police Commissioner Parambir Singh against former Maharashtra Home Minister Anil Deshmukh. The Apex Court dismissed the pleas filed by Maharashtra government and Anil Deshmukh against the High Court order. And let us tell you also, Banajan, that Sachin Tendulkar is now back home. It's a big relief to his millions of fans worldwide. He has returned home after being hospitalized as a precautionary measure for almost a week due to COVID-19. I have just come home from the hospital and will continue to recuperate here in isolation. Thank you for all the good wishes and prayers. I really appreciate it. I will forever remain grateful to all the medical staff who took such good care of me and have been working tirelessly for over a year in such difficult circumstances, Tendulkar tweeted on Thursday. That's pretty much the time that we have right now on Good Morning Babe and Jan for the news in detail. If you want to catch up on whatever you missed out today, you can go to our YouTube channel, Radio D Hotties, and catch up on the news there as well. Here is the final iteration of the Badumba Gana from the movie 102 Not Out Bandajan. Hope you all have yourselves a wonderful, terrific Thursday. We'll see you tonight live at 5 on the Pam Pam Show. Don't forget to tune in because we have some exciting guests on the show tonight. So don't forget to tune in. Maza aa raha hai na? Great music, Badajan, for the best in it.